These are my 3 best NBA picks for Wednesday, March 4th. Before I get into the first one, we're coming off of a 2-1 day yesterday. Not too shabby, pretty solid. However, we're looking to bounce back today from the loss and get you guys a sweep card. Before I do get into that first pick, I just want to quickly recap the picks that we had yesterday. Starting off with number 1, we had Ron Holland over 9.5 points, rebounds, assists. I had said in my video yesterday that he had been crushing this line in his past 10-20 games, and he went ahead and did that again today, finishing at 14. Where we did get tripped up was Derek Queen. We had him over half a rebound in the first quarter. He unfortunately wasn't able to grab a board for us. I did say in my video that I was a little bit hesitant on taking the first quarter or first half bets as opposed to full game. However, the trends were good and he did have his chances today. He just wasn't able to get it done for us. But on the bright side, we were able to bounce back from that loss and cash Zion Williamson over 27.5 points, rebounds, assists. He barely eclipsed this line and finished at 28. But we will take it. Guys, before I get into my first pick for today, I just want to quickly remind you guys that I do have a VIP access group where I give away all of my best picks every single day. I give you detailed write-ups and they're texted right to your phone every single day. If you want to take advantage of that, we are again selling a week VIP access for $19.99. And then we are selling that monthly access for $49.99. And if you do want to just try that out for one day, we are doing a $9.99 day pass. Again, these are the VIP best picks that aren't being posted in these videos. And guys, while on the topic of the VIP access, I do have a nice little promo for you guys going. So again, I mentioned this in my last video, but if you download the Novig app, you are going to get some promotion money from them. You're going to get 50% off $25. In other words, spend $25, get $50 total to play with. That's going to be with code LABWIN. Again, on the Novig app, if you punch in the code LABWIN, you will be getting this free money from Novig. But on top of that, you guys are also going to get 30 days of VIP access for free. So that $49.99 monthly access, you're going to get that for free if you download the Novig app and use my code. To get this, I'm going to have an email tagged in the description. All you're going to need to do is send a picture that you deposited, use my code LABWIN on the app Novig, and you will get hooked up with a promotion code that will get you 30 days of VIP access. So access to all my best picks for free for 30 days. And now, guys, it is time to get into the first pick. So here we go. First pick we got today is Con Knipple over 7.5 rebounds and assists. So if we pull up Con here, in his last 10, he's hit this rebounds assists line in 8 out of his last 10 at an 80% clip. And then in his last 20, he's hit it 13 times at a 65% clip. Not as good as his recent games, but still not a bad percentage. What I did notice also on the side here is that the Celtics are very good at not allowing rebounds and assists, but when you flip it to small forward, they actually do give up quite a bit of rebounds to small forward. Con can kind of go as a combo guard, so he can be a small forward because of his height, but he can also be a shooting guard. The other thing that I did notice too is the Celtics are middle of the pack in 3-point percentage. I'm hoping that it maybe sways toward maybe them running Con off of the 3-point line, which would force him then to go to the basket and he'd be closer to get rebounds. Might also force him to make an extra pass to hopefully get some assists on the board. So yeah, he's been pretty good over that in his past 20 games, and I'm hoping that these two stats can couple together and force Con to get some boards and maybe a couple assists on the board as well. So first pick, Con over 7.5 rebounds and assists. For the second pick, we got Quentin Grimes lower than 8.5 rebounds and assists. So if we go over to his page, in his last 10 games, he's hit this at 9 out of 10 times, 90% clip. That's very good. Last 20 games, 85%, 17 out of 20. Also very, very good. And even in the head-to-head, too, when he plays the Jazz, he's hit this in 3 out of 4 games against them. One of them, he barely hit it by half. So trends are looking good for us for him to stay under this line. I know that it says on the side here that the Jazz aren't particularly good at keeping opposing teams from getting rebounds and getting assists. However, with the trends and also the type of player Quentin Grimes is, I feel like he's more of a score-first guard. He's not really looking to make plays for others. I think those two things are going to be enough to keep him under this line. So again, Quentin Grimes, second pick, under 8.5 rebounds and assists. And before we get into the third pick, guys, I just want to hammer it home, remind you one more time that if you are downloading this Novig app, you're getting that 50% off up to $25. So spending $25, getting $50 to play with my code LABWIN. Once you do that, once you get your free money, you're also going to get 30 days of VIP access for free. So instead of paying that $50 for 30 days, you're getting it for free. And all you have to do again is I'm going to provide an email in the description. You're just going to send me a screenshot of you putting in the code LABWIN. So I'll go back to that for you guys. Of you putting in the code LABWIN, and then I'm going to hook you up with a different promo code that will then get you 30 days of VIP access for free. And that's on the Novig app. All right, and now we're going to get into our third and final pick, and that is going to be Darius Garland, higher than 13.5 points. So if we head on over to his page, as you guys probably know, Darius Garland has been out the entire season, and he just came back for his first game this season on March 2nd. And the reason I like this mainly is because he's already had a game under his belt, so you'd have to think that he knocked off some of that rust from not playing for so long. The trends don't really matter here because it goes back into last year. We know what type of player Darius Garland is. He was an all-star last year. He's more than capable of getting 20 a game. However, as he ramps up this season, his line's obviously going to be lower. But I do like that they placed it at 13.5 after scoring 12 in his debut. My thought process is they would have placed it a little bit lower if they thought that he wasn't going to at least get to that mark again. Another thing that helps us too is Indiana is absolutely trash at defense. They're 25th in the league at points allowed. That's pretty bad. So I think with Indiana's terrible defense and Darius Garland knocking the rust off in his debut, he should be able to eclipse this 13.5 point line. So that is my third and final pick, guys. Darius Garland, 13.5 points over. So just to go over the entire slip again, we've got Con Knipple higher than 7.5 rebounds and assists. Quentin Grimes lower than 8.5 rebounds and assists. And Darius Garland higher than 13.5 points. So that is going to be our 3 picks for today. We're going to go for that sweep. We're going to trump the 2-1 day yesterday. Guys, for good luck, right, to get this sweep going, if you guys could please just like this video and subscribe. I'm one of the first people to post these videos early in the morning so that you guys have plenty of time to watch it and then tail me and do your research, back me up. I've also got March Madness picks coming up here soon too, not just NBA props, so be on the lookout for those. There's going to be different videos coming out with March Madness and NBA props. And guys, if you could please leave me a comment too on which one of these is your favorite play. Are you taking 1, 2, or are you taking all of them? Let me know which plays that you're going to be taking today in the comments. And we're going to go on a 3-0 sweep and keep it going. And we'll see you guys in the next vid tomorrow.